Dominate your league. Defend your crown with Hosal King.
Because I love me.
Gabe Hernandez.
Here's a guy that is starting to figure the game out.
And Ray Fletcher.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
They bring the heat, rankings, trades, and game-winning calls to rule your league. This is Watch the Throne Fantasy Football Podcast.
Yes, sir. We are back for another episode. A different episode. We have a missing member again, but we have a often here, always duplicated. Never duplicated.
Never duplicated.
I knew I would mess that up. Aaron's with us again.
Sixth man of the year.
Sixth man of the year.
Yeah. Ray was saying I'm like the utility infielder.
Yep.
I just play all the positions.
Yep.
I noticed that I am the first person to fill all three seats on the podcast. So let's give it up for me.
Well, we got one more seat that you got to try.
Oh, very true.
Ooh, that was
you
good,
let me just,
Ray.
I like that one.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
it.
The
Let me
Mike
just,
4 seat
walk
would
right
be
into the wall on that one.
Yeah.
Oh
See,
my gosh. Nobody can fill Mike 4 seat.
I bet you can hit record though. You
Hey,
got that part down.
Hey, at least I caught it, right?
You did get it.
At least
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah,
like
yeah.
an hour in. Be like, hey guys, guess what?
Listen, I think Mike 4 might have the seat that would be the hardest to fill.
I would agree.
To be honest with you.
Yeah.
Guys, you're too kind. You're too kind.
Yeah, you got it's a skill set over there. We just talking to a microphone. He's running all the technicals.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Gabe, I'm going to do you a solid. Maybe I'll have some hot takes, and I'll try to hate on Drake London while I'm here for you, too. Fill the seat right.
Call them Gabe takes.
Gabe takes.
Gabe takes.
I like it.
He's got plenty of them. How are we doing before this episode gets rolling? We're going into week 6 of the NFL. How are we feeling?
We're doing all right. Got, most of my team's at 3-2 or 2-3, so I'm in the thick of it.
Okay.
Surviving.
That's what the key word I think so far this year is surviving.
Yep.
Yeah.
Through 5 weeks, the injuries feel like they're mounting and they're big names.
Oh, man, you're rostering guys you some people probably never heard of.
Yep. Yep.
Never thought you would be. The amount of injuries to the same positions, too, has just been, it seems like a lot this year.
Yeah. It feels that way every year, I think.
Yeah. You're probably
Imagine
right.
playing Amari DiMercato
Oh, my God.
and watching him drop the ball at the end zone.
I did
He
play.
also slowed up. Do you see that? He slowed down. It was like he was gassed.
I did play him in a league, and I
Same.
ended up losing by, I think, 7.5 points.
Oh my! I mean, it would only have been 6 additional, but that is so brutal.
Would have kept him in the game
Well, no,
a
but
little
he
more
also lost 2.
for the fumble.
Oh, what?
So I would have.
Wow.
So I would have won. I would have won.
8-point swing right
Yeah.
there.
That is gross.
Yeah.
I played him as well. Is he on your roster still?
He is.
Oh, he's not on mine.
I'm like,
anymore.
how can that happen? How does that still happen in 2025? It's happened so many times.
I don't understand.
We
what,
watched Deshaun Jackson do it. We've
Mhm.
seen it's been going on forever. It should not be happening.
Jonathan
it-
Taylor once did it.
He did last year against the Broncos, and it was really the only reason the Broncos won that game, I think.
That's crazy.
So I'll take it for that. But it seems that the crazy thing is it's happening more often,
Yeah.
which is wild to me that it happens more often.
Like
Yep.
AD Mitchell just messed that one up 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
You should have been
How do you
on top of it.
like? You're getting it. At least I would hope in the coaches' meetings and all your meetings, especially running backs, wide receivers. Don't drop the ball. Run through the end zone. Like they got to be peppering that in their heads.
I mean, if there is a staff that wasn't, they certainly are now.
Yeah,
Like,
back-to-back weeks.
Let's hold
of
on to
seeing
the
it.
ball.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Devin Lloyd had that 99-yard interception return on Monday night against Patrick Mahomes, defender, linebacker. Guess what he did?
Ran through the end zone.
Ran the ball right through the end zone.
Yeah. How did he not get caught, by the way? He looked like he was moving in slow motion for half of that.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was a long way. That
Props to him, though. I mean,
Yeah.
that was a heck of a return. But I'm thinking the whole way, like, somebody's got to catch him, right?
I thought the one dude on the sideline was
Yeah.
going to. He just barely got bumped on a block, and that slowed him up enough.
99-yard return. Crazy game.
Yeah.
Crazy
Oh, yeah.
game.
Fun.
Well, let's hop into our news and notes.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story, and I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Oh, I thought Aaron was going to hit the Gabe Cannonball.
Nah.
No, I got to save that for him. He does it so good.
It's,
All right.
trademark.
Trademark.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's on him.
No cannonball. I feel sad now. Anyways, some horrifying news for sure.
Oh my God.
Joe Flacco. Oh man. Going from the Browns to the Bengals. Jake Browning was atrocious in his relief of Joe Burrow. I think atrocious is a proper word. Sorry, Jake Browning.
It's being generous.
Yeah. Sorry, but I know you're in the NFL and good for you, but that wasn't great.
I'm surprised he didn't perform better.
Me
Honestly.
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me too.
Agreed.
I think the line is just terrible. So let's segue the line going into Joe Flacco. I don't know who wants to start talking on this. We'll go Ray.
Well, how does getting Flacco help with your line that can't block anybody? You went to the most immobile quarterback in the league. And like he's been the one quarterback in the league that's actually been worse than Browning. So how can we what are we doing here? It's insane. I don't get it. I don't understand it. The one bright side is Joe Flacco can throw it far. So if he can get 2.5 seconds of blocking twice a game, maybe he can hit a deep ball or two.
The only positive I see is I think if you're looking at who's more accurate, I'd take Flacco. I think Flacco's just a more accurate quarterback. He's seen more from defenses, so maybe you're hoping he can check or pre-snap into something that will work for them that they don't have to block for 3 seconds. I do in Flacco's time, he does love the check down. Maybe Chase Brown gets some more targets out of this, or he can get him the ball quicker. Even though the number, I don't see how he's worse than Browning, I guess is my only thing. Just with the years in the league, like I feel like he's hopefully maybe lets him play a little bit better. I have T. Higgins in a league, so I'll take the deep ball. If we can get even that a couple times a game on shot plays, I'm hoping it's better.
I think you said it right. It can't be worse than Jake Browning, right?
Well, I mean,
But it can.
It can, right?
it could be. I'm just betting it's not going to be worse.
Prime example. I'll give you one more stat I have for this.
Okay.
Joe Flacco already played the Packers once this year.
I know.
You know how many points he put up in fantasy?
How many?
3.7.
Guess what he did in real life, though? They won. He beat the Packers. Does he do it again? He has a chance to do something really funny.
Unfortunately,
that'd be the craziest.
the Bengals defense might not be quite as good as the Browns defense.
Very true.
That's fair.
Yeah. So I don't think he's probably not beating the Packers if I'm betting that game. But I do think Flacco will hopefully, if anything, produce more fantasy points for the skill players. Bengals should be down in every game. So let's just hope he throws 50 times and gets everybody some targets.
Yeah, and if you got Chase, you got to hope they're throwing quick slants. Get rid of that ball quick, Joe.
Yep.
So all week I've been saying it's not newsworthy, right? I've been having fun saying this isn't newsworthy. It's really because getting Joe Flacco doesn't help that offensive line, like you said, Ray. And I don't think the arm strength's there anymore. I don't think the decision making is fast enough anymore. I just think he's finally at the point in his career where it's like, all right, I should probably hang it up. But I get him wanting to give it, the good old college try at 41. I
wanted them to go for Jameis, man. We need Jameis starting
that
in
would've
this
been great.
league.
Jameis would have been awesome.
Yeah.
That would have been
Would've
great.
awesome. It had to be somebody who could come in and get a playbook and play that weekend. Like that's what they were looking for. So maybe the Giants just weren't interested in doing the pick swap for the player the way the Browns were, and that's what made it for them. But they were looking for somebody to play right away, and there are not too many options.
That's true.
I guess you can say it improves the weapons on the outside, I guess, but I personally don't think so, but a lot of people are saying, it brings hope.
Yeah, we're hopeful.
Yeah.
Come on, Joe.
Yeah. I don't know.
You can do it.
Come on, Joe.
Chris Godwin not at practice or didn't practice today. Fibula, new injury.
Interesting.
Yeah. Brock Bowers did not practice, likely to miss week 6 as well. Godwin, you got something?
I was just going to say, I wonder how much of it is just him coming back from injury and them resting him, and how much is really something new.
It's got to be sore. Your first football action in over a year. You got to be hurting.
Yeah, I mean, someone once told me playing a football game is like getting in 2 car accidents in the same week, every week, over and over and over again. I'm like, oh, that sounds terrible.
Does not sound fun.
No, that's why I don't play. I sit behind a microphone. Jawan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, Brock Purdy all did not practice. Mac Jones was limited at practice today, Wednesday, before their game this weekend.
None of it matters. They're still going to win. I'm just kidding.
I mean, they are finding ways to win, but
It's
they face
crazy.
Tampa Bay this week.
Yeah, it's a tough
We'll
game.
talk about that game later.
Yeah.
But Brock doesn't seem like he's going to go this week, which means it's Mac Jones again. With Juwan Jennings and Pearsall both missing practice, if they both miss the game again, Kendrick Bourne?
KB all day.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you have to play him.
That was an
Just
insane week.
Target share, catches,
Mm-hmm.
playing.
All the things. Jalen Warren practicing in full, expected back. Welcome back for the Steelers, although Kenny Gainwell did put up one hell of a performance overseas.
Yeah, he did.
Chuba Hubbard not at practice today, literally like not at practice, which was interesting. Like not even there. Wasn't seen at practice today.
That's wild. I wonder if he was like inside getting treatment.
Yeah,
or
so
something.
it had to be.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Tyron Tracy is back and good to go for the Thursday night game this week. Are we worried about Cam Scatterbo with that news? Scatterbo?
A little bit.
I mean, a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, Tracy's proven he's a vet. Like he's gonna definitely get some share in that backfield, I think.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't think they want Cam to just run himself into the ground either.
And he will do that because
Yeah,
I don't know
that's
if
what
you've
I mean,
seen.
yeah.
He's a psychopath.
Yes.
There was a quote, and I'm sure it's fake, but it was one of those graphics that someone made, and it was a picture of Cam, and then it had the quote underneath, and then it said, dash Cam Scatterbo to whatever reporter. And it said, when asked about being afraid of CTE, he said, CTE should be afraid of me. Cam Scatterbo.
Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeez.
He's a nut. He is a nut.
He's wild.
I do think the Giants, the more that they can run the football, the better chance they have. Like
Agreed.
in all facets, Dart, Scatterbo, Tracy, like the whole thing. I mean, they don't have neighbors. The more that they can run the ball, the better they're going to play.
Slayton's down too, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Slayton's down, too. They're running out of pass catchers out there.
They
for
need to
sure.
keep the games low scoring
Yeah.
to have a shot.
And then last, Brenton Strange for the Jaguars placed on IR. That one kind of hurts. He was doing pretty well for that position at tight end, was getting like 7 targets a game, 5-6 catches a game.
Well, it just hurts you because you own him in every league
I
possible.
own him everywhere. Yeah. So it's strange for me to not have him in my lineup.
I see what you did there.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It
Thank
does
nice.
seem fairly strange.
But we need that one.
yeah.
Anything else news relevant that you guys want to bring up before we move on?
I think you covered it.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, Flacco's probably the biggest change as
Yep.
far as player goes.
Yep. Jonathan Gannon fined for hitting Amari DiMarcado. Weird. We don't need to talk about that.
Should have hit him harder.
The only thing that I thought was crazy, and I sent you guys a text on this, is Gannon was fined $100,000 for hitting somebody, like assaulting a player. We'll say, I
Yeah.
mean that's a lot, but
Yeah.
Jerry Jones was fined $250,000 for flipping off a fan.
Jerry's pockets are
So
deeper.
it's
It's
like-
fine.
Dude, did you hear what he said too? He was like, "Oh, I put up the wrong finger. I wanted to do a thumb."
He said I wanted
and
to
I was
do a
like, "This
thumbs
dude
up."
owns a football team right now.
Yeah.
Like, what?"
That was hilarious.
He's a billionaire and doesn't know what finger to use. But it's just hilarious to me that flipping somebody off cost you 2 times more than hitting someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do they come up with the numbers?
Yeah.
It was just funny to me. I just thought it was funny.
It's less likely for the running back to sue the league than the fan. So
Very true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Didn't think
Yeah.
about it that way. I guess liability is where they're coming. The attorneys decide the fine amount.
The number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Makes
Touche.
sense.
I just thought it was funny.
That's
in general.
hilarious.
All right. So per usual, we have our starts and flex of the week and then our game blitz. We're going to take a quick break and come back on the other side with our starts and flex of the week.
If you've been enjoying Watch the Throne Fantasy Football Podcast, we would love your support. Just head over to thronefantasyfootball.com/listen and hit the support button. It's a simple way to help keep the show going, and you'll also get some cool extras like our weekly fantasy football newsletter and subscriber-only content. Think of it as joining the inner circle of Throne Nation. So if you're down to ride with us all season long, go to thronefantasyfootball.com/listen and click the support button at the top of the page.
All right. Here we go into our start and flexes of the week. I made a funny graphic. I hope you like it.
We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. You drop a pass, you run a mile. You miss a blocking assignment, you run a mile. You fumble the football, and I will break my foot off in your John Brown hind parts. And then you will run a mile.
Now, I hope that coach that's on there with the kerfuffled face is still around in a few weeks when we're doing this. So I also have to might make a new graphic.
Yeah. He might be employed elsewhere.
Yeah.
Special assistant to the Niners.
Listen, I mean, we'll take him back just like we took back Saleh.
Exactly.
We could also, I wouldn't mind having Mike McDaniel on the pod.
Hey,
if you're looking for something to do after you get unemployed, Mike, we'll have you on.
I'm sure that's what he's hoping for.
He'll definitely bring the weed.
Nice. Sure. There we go. Maybe we'll all be on another level. Let's go.
All right, our first start of the week. It's a spicy one. I like it. It's a Gabe take. Go ahead, Aaron.
That was kind of one of the reasons I chose it, is actually because I know Gabe loves this guy as well. And my start of the week is A.J. Brown. And you're probably thinking like, Aaron, you are crazy. Have you looked at A.J. Brown this year? But I think this is the week. I think A.J.'s in a good spot. He's playing the Giants, who have the 30th ranked pass defense in the league. If there's a spot for A.J. to really go off here, I think this is it. I think the Eagles are going to be motivated. They're going to be playing a much easier defense than they just got done trying to play the Broncos. So always tough. And honestly, I think AJ would have had a bigger game in that game if they would have stayed man-to-man the way they started. Broncos played a lot of zone in the second half of that game. And I think that made a difference for his production. But his target share so far this year, 1 in week 1, which I don't know how he got 1 target against the Cowboys, crazy. By the way. That was insanity.
It was a late one, too.
1, 8, 10, 9, 8. I think this is the week where he gets 10 to 12. He scores a touchdown, goes over 100 yards, and has a really big game. I think you got to start him.
So I love where you were going with that, with the man coverage thing, because I have a stat about the Giants. They play man coverage at the 3rd highest rate in the league. And Hurts actually does really well against man coverage, 125 QBR and 5 touchdowns against man coverage this year.
That change in that game is one of the reasons the Broncos came back, I feel like, because Hurts, you could just see in that second half, was more uncertain on where to go with the ball when they had to throw. So love AJ this week.
I also think that, this week there was a big to-do about Jalen, AJ, Saquon, all had a heart-to-heart, huddled up, had a no feelings hurt, lay it all out there type of conversation. And that, that's been kind of made a big deal. They play on Thursday night. The whole country's going to be watching.
Yep.
They're going to be like, yeah, let's do what we do. Let's make it right in front of everyone. And we just move forward. So A.J. Brown is actually, although what he's done so far this year has been disappointing, minus the 1 game, I think it's a solid start of the week. I can't disagree. If that matters.
I feel like you could.
Yeah. But neither Ray or I want to disagree with that. I think we both are.
Yeah, I'm on board this week. Yeah, I need him to do well, so I'm with it.
Yeah.
Me too, Ray. Me too.
Ray, your start of the week?
Yeah, so this is somebody I've been actually actively hating on most of the offseason leading into draft season. But
Cardi.
Man, he's played well, especially this past week. Stephon Diggs, 10 for 146 this past week and 12 targets. Does not have a touchdown yet this season, so that's kind of wild. And the Saints defense has not been great. They've been okay, and they've had some bright spots, but against the pass, they're allowing a 71% completion percentage.
Wow.
That's a big number.
Wow.
And they're allowing a league-high 9 passing touchdowns. So, one more. When teams get into the red zone against the Saints, they score touchdowns 70% of the time.
Wow. Ooh. Damn.
Yeah.
I like the nuggets that you brought.
Yeah, thank you.
You were even excited to share that last one.
I was.
Ooh, yeah. One more.
I worked hard.
I actually liked Diggs coming into the year. I thought he would show up and be motivated and want to get back to him. He's never, other than being hurt, he's never really had a down year.
Yeah.
If you think about it, he's always produced. Can we please take the touchdowns away from Ramondre Stevenson and give them to any other Patriots player? Anybody. Diggs, I'm down with Diggs.
Yeah.
Henderson would be great.
Ideal.
Yes, please.
I have to admit that I was wrong on Diggs.
Same.
I was completely out on Diggs. I said even he knows he's washed. That's why.
Yeah, you hated on him pretty hard.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So I got to admit I was wrong on that, and it's cool to see him good. I think the offense is tremendously better when Diggs is doing this thing out there for the Patriots. So, and
it's not like he was catching just simple targets. Like he played like Stephon Diggs. It was really good.
It was cool. Yeah. They won. They beat the Bills. That was an impressive game. My start of the week is a guy that I think the whole fantasy community fell in love with in the offseason. He's a 7th-round rookie, Washington Commanders, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, a.k.a. Bill. Bill. We need that sound. He's going against the Bears, who Ashton Genty torched them his one good week. And I think that Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt established himself last week, finally. I hope. I hope
too.
He had over 100 rushing yards on 14 carries, 2 catches for 39 yards, a couple touchdowns. I mean, the man went off. And the Bears defense is giving up 164.5 yards per game on the ground.
Ugh.
That's insane. So I hope Bill, after the performance last week, established himself as the number one rush getter, the number one opportunity getter in the Washington backfield. So that's my start of the week.
I hope so, man. We've all been waiting for Bill. I've reached on him in a couple of leagues because, I wanted him on my squad, but it seems like the coaching staff is content with leaving it as a committee, and they just want to keep giving Jeremy McNichols the ball for some reason. So I don't get it. You can see the talent disparity between Bill and everyone else in that backfield, but they don't want to admit it.
I was going to say, I hope the Commanders coaching staff listens to the podcast.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Because I think we've been slowly convincing them week after week, and it seems like they're starting to listen. So we appreciate that. But he's got to get the work at this point. Like if they go backwards, it just wouldn't make sense. I also think Jaden Daniels coming back, getting healthier, that's going to help their whole offense, their everything. So I think he should get more and better looks, and I like Bill a lot.
I'm going to
reach in a dynasty league.
Yeah, well,
nice.
That I kind of reached for him in the rookie draft, and
he kept going up boards even in redrafts. Like
yes.
I saw him drafted in the 8th round in a draft, 7th round in a draft, 6th round in a draft. I think I took him in the 7th round in the draft that I was mentioning, but he just kept climbing up. I can't wait for Dan Quinn to call in and say, "Hey, this is Dan Quinn, Washington Commanders head coach, and you're listening to Watch the Throne Fantasy Football Podcast," because he probably does. You're right.
I think he's been listening, and I think we've been showing him the way. And he got knocked over on the sideline that week, and it may have set him back a week or so. But he's back in it now, and I'm actually actively right now have a trade request out. I'm trying to get Bill. So Lance, if you're listening, just hit accept. We're all ready, man.
Flexes of the week. I think we're starting with Ray.
Ooh, yes. Okay. We're going to go with a tight end, which we don't often do in flexes, but Jake Tonjes has been absolutely killing it. This is assuming Kittle's still out, which I think he's on pace to be out. But
I saw somewhere it said week 7 likely.
Week 7 likely, so that's good for this week. But Tonjes last week, 11 targets, 7 catches, only 41 yards, but he did have 3 red zone targets in the game, so that's huge for him.
And he got in the end zone, right? And a touchdown?
Yes.
Yep.
And then the Buccaneers have given up 12 or more points to the following: Kyle Pitts, A.J. Barner, Dallas Goedert. So they're susceptible to tight end production, and they've also surrendered a league-high 4 red zone touchdowns to tight ends. So I think Tonjes has at least 1 touchdown. Possible he gets 2 this week.
Another chance to get in the end zone. All right, sounds like I'm putting money on anytime touchdown, Jake Tonjes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Lock it in.
No, I like Tonjes, and we just talked about at the top of the show how everybody is still hurt on the 49ers.
Yes.
So he's going to play it, and this is if you're going to play him, you got to do it this week, because then Kittle comes back and he'll be ready to roll. So I like it. Any player that's getting 11 targets needs to be in your lineup.
Yeah, yeah. And it's basically him and Kendrick Bourne at this point. So I think the target share continues. What do we think about him as a potential trade candidate when I'm not for fantasy, but for the 49ers when Kittle comes back?
What do you go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm not sure that they don't try to find a way to play them both. Because the 49ers play with the bigger package.
Yeah.
If I'm not, I mean, you watch them more than I do, but
they prefer to.
They do. They have multiple guys out
for
there.
Sure.
Yeah, that wasn't where I was going.
Pause.
But anyways,
what you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
If we do a most inappropriate person on the pod award, it's going to Al all day long.
0% chance.
Some of the stuff he puts out,
0% chance.
It's hard to come up with.
Gabe.
I don't know. Gabe was talking about bending people over backwards and stuff last week. So
I did have a good laugh at that. Actually, you're right. But Al's just done it more often when I've been here, so it sticks with me more. You know what I mean?
Sorry, I interrupted your train of thought. Continue on the.
Yeah, where was I?
They run a bigger package there, so maybe they're trying to get both guys on the field.
If the receivers remain unhealthy, I think Tonjes may have some value for them long term, and also I think the reason they're keeping Kittle out longer is a hamstring, right?
Yeah,
you don't want to come back too early from that,
sure.
And hopefully it doesn't linger. But if it does, with their aspirations as a team, I'm not sure they look to trade him.
Yeah,
I'm down with that.
When you asked about the trade, I immediately thought in my head, like, I think they're going to find a way to include him on the field when Kittle gets back. So Aaron kind of echoed what I was going to say.
Love it.
The next flex of the week goes to one young Aaron.
Yes. The second guy I'm trying to put as a part of that trade, Lance, if you're listening, just hit accept. We're ready to go.
Is that why you did this?
No.
Okay.
Well, you mean you picked Bill. So it's just
true.
Happenstance, right? Tetaroa McMillan for the Carolina Panthers, rookie receiver. He has been really steady this year, but hasn't had that like breakout, like blow up game. He has not scored a touchdown yet.
That's pretty
similar to Diggs, which is just really interesting thinking about his usage. He has not had a game with less than 8 targets this year. So he's been really steady. He gets to play the Dallas Cowboys with the very last ranked pass defense in the league. And I think this is the game that he goes over 100 yards. And I'm going to say he scores 2 touchdowns this week and gets just coming out party. Everybody knows him. And
is that a Gabe take?
That's a pretty Gabe take.
That's a strong take, right?
I love it.
So I'm saying he's going to have his, well, let's say 8 catches, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns for Tetaroa this week against the Cowboys.
Love that. My
worry is just that I don't know if Bryce Young is that good. He's gone over 200 yards once this season. 5.1 yards per attempt is good for 31st in the league.
Mm-hmm.
That's only 2 worse than him or Cam Ward and Joe Flacco. So like it just hurts to see that. But and the Cowboys are blitzing a lot, and I don't know how he's gonna deal with that. So we'll see. I'd love to see it. Tet was one of my favorite players coming into the draft. So I hope so.
I think they got to put it together one week.
Yeah.
And I think Bryce is better than he's showing. He kind of similar last year. Struggled, and then kind of second half of the season kind of clicked for him and he started going. I expected more out of him this start of the year, honestly. But he just hasn't picked up from where he left off last year yet. So I'm hoping that the Cowboys is the recipe for feeling good and throwing bombs.
Yeah, I mean they are for sure. They're a terrible path to. They're a terrible defense in general.
All right, guys, we can move on. Cowboys, okay, that's all right. I'm gonna sit here for Gabe. All right, listen, you don't want to hear about the Cowboys. Let's go.
Well, unfortunately, we're sticking to that game because the next flex of the week is also a Carolina Panther going against the Cowboys defense in a revenge type game. It's Rico Dowdle, who started last week in place of Chuba Hubbard. And all he did was 23 carries, 206 yards, and a touchdown, along with 3 catches and 28 yards receiving. 9 yards a carry. That is disgusting. Cowboys defense gives up 127.4 yards per game on the ground. Rico already has had a couple little jabs, little sly grins when asked about this game because he's ready to go out and kind of prove like, oh, you guys shouldn't have let me go. I mean, they're fine with Javonte. Javonte's doing plenty fine for Dallas. But I think Rico wants this revenge, and he's going to get it. I think it's a very strong flex play if Chuba misses. Even if Chuba does play, there's an outside shot. I still think Rico's a strong flex play this week.
I'm on board. He's the one Panther that I would want to start this week, of course, assuming Chuba's out. Rico, yeah, man, I love to see him go off. That was a big game, and he looked really good. Like he didn't just look like it didn't look like Dallas was bad. It looked like Rico was good. If you know what I mean. Granted, they are bad. I understand.
But you said you weren't going to watch the Dolphins-Panthers game at all.
I watched a little bit.
Okay. Okay.
It wasn't on the multi-view, is what I said.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Right.
It was at the highest rushing game for a running back this year.
I would think so. 206. I don't think anyone's gotten over
Has anybody
200 yet.
broken 200?
That's a good question.
Did Derek? No, I don't know.
Let me look that up.
I think that was it. But how many of us would have guessed that it would be Rico Dowdle with the first 200-yard rushing game?
What were the odds on that first 200? Yeah.
Oh, man.
No,
I like the play. I think if Chuba is back and playing it, it eats him into it a little bit. I like the revenge factor, though. He seems motivated to play, like at a really high level. So I like that. And if there's a week that you're playing him and you're confident, it's this week until you see what happens. So I like the play. I think after a 200-yard game, how do you sit him?
Yeah, you really can't. You really can't. He is the only current over 200-yard rusher on the season thus far.
Shout out to Rico Dowdle. Man.
Shout out Rico Dowdle.
Play.
Shout out Rico
Helps
Dowdle.
playing the Dolphins.
Yeah. Dolphins rush defense, they are the worst.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to get out of our starts and flexes. We finished them. Good. I wanted to make sure. And we are going to go into our game blitz after this break.
If you've been enjoying Watch the Throne Fantasy Football Podcast, we would love your support. Just head over to thronefantasyfootball.com/listen and hit the support button. It's a simple way to help keep the show going, and you'll also get some cool extras like our weekly fantasy football newsletter and subscriber-only content. Think of it as joining the inner circle of Throne Nation. So if you're down to ride with us all season long, go to thronefantasyfootball.com/listen and click the support button at the top of the page.
All right, now time for our favorite segment that we've ever done, ever created, ever. The fastest game blitz, 1 minute per game to talk about fantasy implications, start sits, everything. Anything we want to talk about each game. And we're going to run them all down in 1 minute. We'll start with Thursday night, per usual, per tradition. Philadelphia Eagles.
You going to let him hit the thing? You're going to let him hit the thing, do the thing?
You're right. Okay. We got to roll the graphic. And I know. I'm sorry.
I need the need for speed.
Yes.
Man. Yeah, we got to start over now.
So we're going to go right into our game blitz. I want to keep this in.
There we go.
Wow, that was tough. Did I forget how to do this? Didn't I do this last week?
You did, yeah. You want to trade?
Yeah. Here, you want to switch seats?
Consistency is key,
mid-show?
man. Consistency is key.
True.
No, man. I got to sit in this seat. I got to feel it for a full episode. I got to decide what my favorite is. Hey, Mike Ford. Hey, if we go over here, you get on us, all right?
I got you, dude. I got you.
We'll start with our Thursday night football game per tradition. Eagles at New York Giants. Go.
The Giants are allowing 5.6 yards per carry, 31st in the NFL. Saquon should eat. And I mentioned the man coverage thing earlier, so A.J. Brown. I like all the Eagles here. I do like Jackson Dart's rushing ability, keeps him relevant in leagues that you may need to play him. I wouldn't say force a start, but if you have to, you can be okay with it.
If you have to, little Theo Johnson play here might be okay. Eagles are susceptible to running back and tight end more than I expected them to be. Wandale is probably a good play here, just because they're going to be down. You have to expect them to be down. But Saquon revenge game, we talked about AJ.
Yeah.
And I think you're playing Devontae, and I think you could possibly sneak Goddard in here too.
Oh man, please Saquon, please. If this, he needs a game. Please let this be the game for rushing. He had good receiving. He needs the game.
I think he's going to see that Giants helmet, and it's going to be like a target, and his eyes are going to get red, and he's just going to go.
Speaking of revenge, right? Yep. How about the next game? We are going back to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London, England. Aaron's favorite team. We'll let Aaron start us off. Denver Broncos at the New York Jets. It's a neutral site in London.
Ooh, baby. How about those Broncos? Ooh, what a game last week. All right, so they're traveling to London, already there. They went straight from Philly to London. I think the Jets are already there too, all practicing. You are probably going to fade some of your Jets this week. Broncos defense is tough. I do like Breece Hall, though. Broncos are most susceptible to running back and tight ends. So you're looking good on Mason's a good play, Mason Taylor. I think you can play all your Broncos, J.K., Bo, Cortland, maybe flex R.J. Harvey, but I don't think the Broncos win this by that many, so I'm not sure he's a great play.
How about Troy Franklin?
I got you on that one. Troy
Yeah.
Franklin is significantly out-snapping Mims. Sauce Gardner generally follows their top guy, so I think Troy Franklin is going to get some targets. Wide receiver 2s against the Jets. Flournoy went 6 for 114. Sterling Shepard 4 for 80. Calvin Austin 4 for 71 and a touchdown. I think Troy Franklin can have a game.
Yeah, wide receiver 2s kind of go off against the Jets because of Sauce.
Yes.
Ooh, can I say 2 things real quick?
Up to Mike 4.
Mike 4, will you let me say 2
This
things?
dude literally goes, hey, keep us on track. And then goes,
I'm just asking if I can say 2 things
I'll
real
give
quick.
you, you know what, dude? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So the first one is Evan Ingram is looking a lot better in the offense. I think you can start to think about playing him. I know he's been really bad so far. Second, I lost my train of thought because you didn't say yes right away.
Start to think
Well,
about
I'll take
him.
your second one. Rushing yards against the Broncos defense for quarterbacks. Danny Dimes 2 yards, Jalen Hurts 3 yards, Justin Herbert 6 yards. Be careful with Fields.
I was just gonna. That was my second one, Ray. This guy's so good, man. Somebody gotta crown him. I was just gonna say the Broncos are gonna play shell pass rush. They're not gonna let Fields just run on them.
We'll see. Fields is a hard quarterback to stop running. He's
really good.
He is really good at that.
Sorry, Mike 4.
Let's go to the next game. All 3 of these games have pretty big favorites to start us out. We have the Arizona Cardinals at the Indianapolis Colts, who are so for real right now. Ray, what do you got?
I think JT might score 3 times in this game. Danny Dimes had his first, quote, bad game in fantasy terms, finishing QB 17, but he's going to bounce back here. I'm starting Pittman, Warren. If Alec Pierce is back, I'd probably start him over Downs.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, Pittman, Warren for sure. Huge Taylor game. Oh, man, the Cardinals are scary right now to me.
bad.
Like I don't know if I'm comfortable playing Kyler. Marvin Harrison has at least looked better to me, where I think you are playing him and feeling okay about it. Of course, you're playing McBride. You got to play Trey McBride. But beyond that, Michael Carter, you're going to play Michael Carter because you have to, but I don't know how good you feel about it. Colts defense is good.
The Colts are good just in general. Their rush defense is currently 12th in the league, allowing just 98 yards per game. I think as well that the Colts are or the Cardinals, they don't really know how to use Marv still. Like he was 4 for 90 in the first 2 drives and then nothing after that. It's weird. They're an ugly team. No offense, Cardinals. You guys suck.
I think they're going to take offense to that.
Yeah, probably.
But hopefully their coaching staff is listening to the pod, so they know.
I don't know if Jonathan Gann is listening to us. Dan Quinn is for sure.
Social media director might be.
Actually, you know what? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Social media director for the Arizona Cardinals, whose name I will not mention. You're great.
He said it, not me. Okay?
You're doing great
What you
things.
just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
Oh man! Wow.
I rest my case on Al saying the craziest stuff.
I'm getting roasted today. Los Angeles Chargers at the Miami Dolphins. I forgot who had kick us off last time. So, Aaron, start us off. Chargers at Dolphins.
Man, the Chargers have so many injuries. Just crazy to me. I don't know that you know which running back to start. I don't know I'd feel great about any of them this week. I'm honestly a little worried about Herbert with the lack of offensive line play recently. He's been getting blitzed like crazy. With that said, if there's anything they can do to get the ball out quicker, maybe Ladd gets a few more targets without the running game. Keenan as well. Those would be the 2 guys I feel most confident in Chargers-wise.
You got to play QJ though.
Yeah. And Keenan for sure.
Yeah.
Dolphins have given up a top 5 QB performance every week of the season this year, except against Bryce Young and the Panthers. So I think you can play Herbert confidently. Tua had his best game of the year for the Dolphins. Don't know if that's going to continue here. So but A-Chain could have a good game.
Okay. The Dolphins
Waddle.
have, Waddle for sure.
Got to play Waddle. He's wide receiver 1.
The Dolphins give up 174.2 rushing yards per game. If one of the Chargers running backs get hot, they do have a good shot at having a good game. But how the hell do you put them in your lineup this week?
Which one do you think has a better chance of?
That's a good question. We're going over on this one. I'm sorry, Mike 4. Mike 4, you're involved in this question. Hassan Haskins or Kamani Vidal? Who has a better game? We'll all ask that question, and we'll revisit next week.
Vidal.
Okay.
Haskins.
I'm going Vidal.
Oh, man, we're split. So Haskins, I'll go Haskins as well. I think Vidal has a better shot at popping a big one, but Haskins, I think, is going to get more work.
Yeah.
Volume. Okay.
It's
Good.
crazy that Vidal is not even on the active roster as we speak.
I know.
We're talking about him being the better running back in the NFL.
Still says NA next to his name on Yahoo. Yeah.
Yes. I just think he's got to be the guy with more potential. Haskins just hasn't shown me much on the field.
I don't think Haskins is good at all, but I think he's going to get the carries.
Yeah. Somebody's got to carry the ball.
Yeah, someone, especially against that rush defense. The New England Patriots at the New Orleans Saints. Drake May has looked really good. Let's get it going. Ray.
Yeah, I don't know what Travion did to piss off this coaching staff over here. It's getting ridiculous. Stevenson fumbled again. You know who doesn't fumble? Travion Henderson. Ever. He's never fumbled. College or pro. That's crazy. 667 carries in touches. Touches in college. Did not fumble one time or did not lose a fumble one time. But yeah, like you said, May has been great. Diggs is going to eat. I think this will be a Patriots game for sure.
I think you're right. I don't think he fumbled, not just lost. I just
Zero at all.
I don't think he put the ball on the ground.
It's crazy.
I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense to me. Give Henderson the ball. May has looked really good. He's really the reason the Patriots are in contention right now, I think, more than anything. Saints is tough. You're going to play Olave just because of the target share. Hopefully Kamara plays. That's a little concerning. He missed practice, hurt his ankle in practice.
Yeah.
What's happened to Juwan Johnson? He's all of a sudden like being
phased out.
Taysom Hill's back.
Foster Moreau.
That's been kind of worrisome. But Olave's your main. Olave, Kamara.
Yeah,
Kendrick Miller?
Not yet.
Maybe.
Not yet.
Maybe if Kamara misses.
Yeah, for sure. The Saints are such an ugly team. No offense, Saints. I don't know anyone on the staff, so I don't have to be as cordial.
Mike Ford's going to hit the button again, man. Calling people ugly. It's just rough out here.
Cleveland Browns at the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Fighting Dylan Gabriels. I guess he's not that young. He's like a 7th-year college guy against the old head, Aaron Rodgers. Aaron, what do you got?
Well, the Browns defense is good. Yeah. And so I kind of worry about Rodgers a little bit in this game. I think you're still got to play DK. Warren and Gainwell, you're probably in a position to hopefully play Warren if he's back, but I'm not so sure he gets much against the Browns defense, to be honest with you. Browns-wise, there's not a whole lot to love other than Judkins.
What about Njoku?
He had his best game last week.
He was fired up.
6 for 67 and a touchdown.
Fired up. Yeah. Interesting how much Fannon's still involved as well. They really love their tight ends there.
Yeah. Well, it's because they have no receivers. James Thrash, Isaiah Bond, I think, are the other options out there right now. That's kind of tough, but shout out to Gabriel, my Filipino brethren, gets in some game action. Love that. Finishes QB 18. It wasn't great, wasn't bad, looked decent. Still feels like an upgrade over Flacco, so I'm good with it. Calvin Austin out.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Jaylen Warren is going to be tough. The Browns only allow 75.6 rushing yards per game. Insane.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of screens and quick passes in that game.
Dallas Cowboys, Mike Ford's favorite team, at the Carolina Panthers. Ray, have you found your notes yet?
There, got them.
There they are.
Panther. Let's see. We covered a lot of this. What do we think of Flournoy?
Yeah, weird. Miles Austin reincarnation.
Apparently.
He came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I put Tolbert in a lineup this week thinking he was going to be the next man up, and it just did not work out.
Yeah.
So did Mike Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, brother, I feel you, man. That was brutal. He had one target.
Bro, terrible.
But
terrible.
Javonte is definitely a starting running back. He should be in your lineup every week.
He's an RB1.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Shout out to Javonte.
And if you got Dak, he's a must start this week. So
mm-hmm. I think for the foreseeable future, Ferguson, you got to play him.
Yeah.
Dude. He's been awesome.
He's been great.
I believe he's the current tight end 1.
I think we covered basically every Panthers player already.
That's worth playing.
That you would play.
Yep.
So I think you got to fire them up. This game should be as much passing as I think you can think of.
Yeah.
These two teams.
Yeah, it's gonna be a shootout. The Cowboys, they've been so fun to watch. They're producing fantasy on both sides of the field. It's so good. Every week it's just a fantasy factory.
If you're not a Cowboys fan, dude, like, come on, man.
Well, it's for real life football.
Yeah, it's tough.
Watching that is
40-40, dude, and still end of the.
But that was the most fun game to watch of the season so far. That was
Sure,
fun.
absolutely.
Sure, Ray,
Absolutely.
Sure. Ray.
Other than the finish. Other
40-0
than the
would have been an awesome game to watch. Yeah.
I mean, you guys did well against the Jets last week.
There you go.
So
It's the Jets. The Jets are the worst team. They're the only team that haven't won yet.
now he's
Only
calling
team.
people terrible.
No, he
They
said the worst.
are,
He
dude. They're
was
the
factual.
worst.
He didn't
They're
call
the
him
worst.
ugly.
Damn it, you're
They're the
right.
worst.
You're right.
Hey, quick shout out to Dak Prescott though. Came back, looked awesome. He's been doing really good.
MVP?
Happy for him.
MVP question mark?
The team's not good enough, unfortunately.
How many more fans is Jerry going to flip off this year?
At $250 a pop, he could do it every game.
I was going to say it doesn't
fine.
even phase him.
Yeah.
The Seattle Seahawks, the best team in the NFC West. I said it.
Settle down.
At Jacksonville Jaguars. I believe we have Aaron kicking us off. So Seahawks at Jaguars. Take it away.
Ooh, what about the Jaguars, man? Oh my gosh. I don't know how they won that game. Anyways, Brian Thomas Jr. maybe like a sliver of hope from last week.
Mm-hmm.
He had 80 yards, made actually a good looking catch. Need him to do better. Travis Hunter looked good, like a lot of energy, played well. Love that for them. ETN's been awesome, as you guys know. Seahawks, JSN, amazing. Maybe could have a shot at wide receiver 1, JSN.
He's that dude.
Dude, he's awesome.
Yeah.
He's great.
And AJ Barner coming out party. Just touchdown every week now.
With the robot dance. Pretty cool what he does.
Love it. I got good news for you, Brian Thomas. Seattle secondary is hurting. Woolen's, I believe, going to be out.
Let's go.
Baker carved him up for 370 yards, so I think Brian Thomas can get some yards there. Also had a stat here. Jags giving up 72% completions on play action, and Sam Darnold leads the league in yards per attempt on play action.
Wow, dude. See those nuggets?
JSN to the moon.
You see those? That's insane, dude.
13.4 yards per pass at a play action, in case you were wondering.
This game is going to be pass heavy. The Jaguars give up 250.4 yards through the air, good for 27th best. And the Seahawks give up 239.8, good for 25th best. So both teams have decent rush defenses. I think it's going to be a game where, especially Sam Darnold, if you've been riding Sam Darnold, keep riding him. He's going to be good again this week. LA Rams at the 1-4. I almost predicted the record there. Baltimore Ravens.
I think you can.
Yeah. Ray?
Well, since Gabe's not here, I'll just say it. Puka's the greatest wide receiver in the history of wide receivers.
Shout out, Gabe.
Yep, shout out. Actually on pace to break the receiving yards record this season, so that'll be exciting to watch. Kyron is a start, as always. I'd probably start most of your Rams against this Ravens team that made Stroud look like rookie Stroud, so that was kind of nice. But yeah, and the Ravens look bad. I don't know what's going on there. I thought Derrick Henry would do better last week, and the Rams have a top 10 rushing defense, so might be looking at another tough week for King Henry.
Man, it's rough if you own any Ravens at this point. It really is. I don't understand why they don't just ride Derrick Henry though, like early and often, and just see if they can hold the other team from scoring more. Like stay on the field. They just seem like they're still trying to figure it out, which is odd. Yeah, you're playing all your Rams. How about Stafford?
Good God.
Leading the NFL in passing yards by a lot.
Yeah, well, he's got that guy Puka out there.
You know how he's on pace to break the record, right?
Yeah.
The last two receiving records were also thrown passes by
Matthew
Stafford. Yeah, just picks a target and unloads,
Yeah.
man.
Fire away.
Quick tidbit. I have a gift for Gabe on the pod next week, and it may happen to involve the gentleman you just mentioned.
I know what it is now. Now I really want to see it.
Oh, I get it. I think I know.
Oh, man.
I feel you.
All right. Tennessee Titans. Boy, this game might not be on my multi-view. Tennessee Titans at the Las Vegas Raiders. If we have to talk about it, I'll let one of you guys, whoever wants to go first.
This game should not be televised. Like, this is terrible. Cam Ward did have his first decent game as a pro, and I picked up Ridley. Some people are dropping him now, so I did scoop him up in a league, and we'll see how that goes. I know this matchup looks enticing for the Raiders. I'm here to tell you to avoid it. Do not start anyone other than Geno is probably the worst quarterback in the league.
Man, quick turn too. And I don't know if like getting back with Pete just wasn't the right move or what, but totally down. Brock Bowers may miss again.
Yep.
I don't think you can trust any Raiders receiver unless Trey Tucker is going to go off for 3 touchdowns again randomly, but I'm sitting them all. In Tennessee, I think you got to play Pollard and you got to play Ridley in most cases. I think those.
How about Io Manor? How about Spear? Spear's not a play yet, but Io Manor?
I don't think it's at that point where I'm playing him yet.
Okay.
The Raiders are bad enough. He might get some action, but I wouldn't want to put him in unless I absolutely needed to.
Yeah. What an ugly game. Whew. That's tough. Sorry, Raiders. Cincinnati Bengals, the Fighting Joe Flacco's at the Green Bay Packers. Largest spread of the week, minus 14.5 for the Packers. So, yeah, crazy. Over under 44.5. We will let Aaron start us off here. Bengals Packers.
All right, all you Packers owners, they're back on bye last week. You're firing up Josh Jacobs. This is the get right game this year for Josh Jacobs. He hasn't had like a huge breakout game yet, so here it is. I think you can play Jordan Love in this spot if you don't have better options. Is there a Packers receiver that we feel really good about?
Romeo and Tucker Kraft for me would be the two options.
Are we playing Golden yet with confidence?
I do this week because it's the Bengals.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking. If there's off a bye, maybe they try to script him a couple plays.
He actually led the team in receiving both last 2 games, believe it or not, yardage-wise at least.
Packers just spread around so much, and they're okay with it. You know, they just rely on so many people.
What's the latest on Christian Watson? Do we know? Is he due back
Still
this
on
week?
pup.
He's coming close, though. Okay. They're talking about activating him soon, but I expect at least 1 deep shot to Golden in this game, probably more.
Yeah, and I think they'll connect for sure. I like Golden this week. He was almost my flex of the week.
Bengals we covered in pretty good detail earlier.
Yeah.
I think the guys you have to play, you're playing.
Sure. Can't bench Chase as much as like I would love to.
Never can.
You can't.
Yeah.
No, I've been sitting Higgins, and I think I may flex him in this game.
Okay.
Worth it. Why not? See what happens.
I got buys.
Yeah.
And he's a guy who could catch a long touchdown.
Here's a game that Ray and I are very intrigued with and interested because Baker Mayfield's a fun quarterback to watch, but not as fun as Mac Jones.
Who?
San Francisco at Tampa Bay. The Niners finding ways to win. The Buccaneers finding ways to win. It's a very, very intriguing matchup. 2.5 point spread. Tampa Bay over 47.5. Ray, go ahead.
Look, I just want to shut down the Mac Jones is better than Purdy talk. We're not going to say any of that stuff. Purdy is the guy. He's the dude. Mac Jones is doing his job, though, and I got to say, he is a baller. Bro was getting beat up last week, and he just kept going out there. Like, it was painful to watch him on the sideline. Like, I was hurting watching him breathe through his injuries.
Didn't he throw up, too?
He threw up, ate some bananas. Like, he was just doing everything he can. But, yeah, you're right. Baker's one of my favorite players in the league to watch. Like, he's just a baller. Did you see him talking trash to the fans?
Of course, dude.
That was gold.
Great guy.
And Emeka Egbuka, Rookie of the Year.
Oh, my gosh, man. Yeah. What a year.
Yeah.
He's been doing amazing. We need Bucky back, but until then, I think Rachaad White is a player you can play. I mean, he's on a high-scoring offense, and he's going to get the ball. So they're going to throw to him. I think he's somebody you can play. We already talked about Tonjes. CMC you're firing up for sure.
Kendrick Bourne.
I think this is another week that you can play him.
If Juwan and Pearsall miss, or
if one of them misses, you can play him.
Okay. I think so too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bro, did you see that Mac Jones saw a dead body before he went to the game?
Yeah.
Some crazy, yeah.
You didn't see that?
Yeah.
You guys didn't hear that?
No.
You didn't hear that?
Yeah, he saw a dead body
from his like hotel room or something like that.
I don't know if he reported it, but then like police and everyone showed up and like grabbed the body. Coroner.
Can someone get that man a better suit to wear though?
Nope. I kind of liked it. I thought it was
I did not like that at all.
Maybe it was all black and then he saw the dead body in that spot.
Through the red, yeah.
Irving's supposed to not be back. I just looked it up because he said we need Bucky back.
Well, we just in general.
Yeah, for sure.
Need him back.
Dealing with the shoulder. No, for sure.
With Bucky not playing.
Dealing with the shoulder subluxation. What is that word?
They didn't cover that in the Harvard at the West.
No.
Subluxation?
Subluxation? What does that mean?
That's just the way that I read it.
Yeah. I don't know what that means.
That's
More of an issue than a sprained foot. A shoulder.
It's when you got a boo-boo and it hurts.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then you don't tell the team right away, and then
Yeah.
It's when you
it's
when you sublux your shoulder.
Obviously.
I got it. Yeah.
That makes sense. Get well soon, Bucky.
Yeah, we honestly all need you back. Even though Gabe doesn't like him.
No, Gabe's coming around. I've been
Yeah,
hearing
he
him
is.
talk about how he's like, oh, maybe I was wrong on Bucky. Bucky's been pretty good.
You were wrong, Gabe.
Yeah, he was wrong.
Yeah.
He was wrong. Bucky's the truth.
Sunday Night Football, before we get into our Monday Night Football doubleheader to wrap it up. The Detroit Lions at the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs minus 2.5. Over under, listen to this, 52.5. A lot of points expected to be scored. Ray, take it away.
For good reason. Goff and his crew are in for a good game. Against the Chiefs, they're 31st in rating allowed and passing yards allowed against play action and 28th in completion percentage. So I think, and Goff is one of the most play action heavy quarterbacks in the league. So that's going to be good for them. They're going to eat. I think both running backs in Detroit are starts as well. Xavier Worthy's a game changer for the Chiefs, and the offense works when he's there.
It really does open stuff up.
Oh, it does. His speed is just something you can't duplicate. I mean, he's all over. Thornton's an interesting flex play if you need him. He's been getting deep shots, not a ton of targets, but getting the ball. You're starting Kelsey every week. What do you have? 60 yards and a touchdown again last week. He's been playing pretty well.
What about
what he is.
Laporta after he had a good game?
Laporta, there's so many options in Detroit to go with the ball, but the Chiefs, they have good coverage linebackers. That's one thing I will say. I don't know if I love Laporta in that matchup.
Yeah, actually, they've been pretty good against the tight end.
They generally are pretty well in the middle of the field.
How about this name that no one is even bringing up anymore because he is not producing? Jameson Williams.
You know, John offered me, I told you guys this like a few weeks ago. He offered me J-Mo in a trade for Chris Olave.
No
and
way.
I just simply looked at the targets and I was like, man, I want the guy who's getting 10 passes a game. And Williams just kind of hasn't, even last year he had 1,000 yards, but he only caught like 50 passes.
Yep.
So it's like, it's hard to duplicate.
Last week, Jameson Williams, 1 catch, 9 yards on 1 target. That's tough.
And real quick mention, Isaac Tesla is potentially going to be your wide receiver 3 this week in that game because Raymond is hurt.
Yep.
So look out for my guy, Tesla. I think he's had 2 or 3 touchdowns this year, and he has like single-digit targets on the year.
Yeah, for sure.
It's wild.
The first Monday Night Football game, the Bills at the Hotlanta Falcons in Atlanta. Josh Allen goes in to face off against Bijan Robinson.
Bijan. Josh Allen, QB1, man. Number 1 scorer right now. Falcons defense, they run a cover 3 at the second highest rate in the league, and against cover 3, Josh Allen is 30 for 39, 357, and 2 touchdowns. So no interceptions. So I'm starting on my Bills here.
Josh Allen is the man. Shout out to Dalton Kincaid having a year. I've been telling Al Kincaid, he's arguing with me. Dawson Knox is better. He finally admitted to me this week. Kincaid is the guy. You got to play him. Other than that, the targets just go around
all over
game
the
by
place.
game. It's so hard. James Cook, great play here. Bijan, like we talked about. How about since Gabe's not here, let's talk about Drake London in this game.
Yeah, Drake. I think Drake's going to have another good one at home. He's heavily targeted. I mean, he's like I think the last week he was 2 weeks ago now, 39% target share. Wow.
And just real quick note, the reason if you're watching, I looked at Al the way I did when you said Josh Allen is, I was in a text this morning and Al had a chance to trade for Josh Allen and was basically making reasons not to. And I'm like, dude, just say yes. This is Josh Allen.
QB1, man.
Like he is, what more could you want?
And then I offered Jalen Hurts for Josh Allen straight up, and the guy ended up saying no.
He should say
whatever.
He should say no.
Whatever,
yes.
AJ and everyone.
Who did he ask for?
He wanted Swift and Hurts for Josh Allen and Michael Carter. And I said no.
I'm doing that deal to get Allen.
What you just said
Oh, man.
is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard.
I'm getting put through the ringer tonight by Mike.
Like you got a chance. Somebody's willing to trade you Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I'm looking at every situation possible.
It's funny. Earlier this week, I texted Aaron, literally said, I owe you an apology. And without even, like, we hadn't talked football or anything that whole day. And he goes, is this about Dalton Kincaid? I said, yes, it is. You nailed it. I'm sorry. You were right. I was wrong.
My guy came to play.
Unprompted, and he knew. He knew exactly what I was talking about.
Yep.
Last game of the Game Blitz, last game of Week 6, the Chicago Bears at the Washington Commanders. Do we think Ben Johnson is going to give a evil stare down to any sideline reporter this week? Did you see that?
No.
You didn't. You did. Did you?
I did see it, and I think he also resaw it, and I don't think he'll be doing it again.
Yeah, he apologized. He kind of came out and apologized. Bears at Commanders. Take it away, Aaron.
Ooh, good game. This is going to be like a high scoring. I wish Terry McLaurin was playing because they need him for it to really be what it could be. But let's get Bill going, like we talked about on the rushing defense for the Bears. Rome, you're firing for the Bears. Caleb, you can play in this game. Man, DJ Moore, where is the guy?
I think this might be the week.
Yeah,
that he gets some targets. He's not going to be the DJ I expected going into the season, but I do think he gets some target share this week. Commanders, how about Debo?
Debo's been great.
Dude,
Debo's been great. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's been fun to watch. It's been fun to watch. Daniel's back, like you said. There is an outside shot that McLaurin does play, according to Dan Quinn. He was optimistic that he'll
love
get
to
in.
see him in this game. But this is something about Debo on prime time too. He comes to play, man.
Yeah.
This could be a good game for him.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think you got to start. I mean, you start DeAndre Swift. You start your startables, right? Rome, Caleb.
I think this is a start everybody on both sides kind of game.
Yeah, for
Monday
sure.
night, like good offenses.
Jeremy McNichols, you starting him?
This is going to be one of those games where you're either This is going to be one of those games where you're either up by a little bit and hoping to pull away, and the guy has a player that's not as good, or you're up by a lot and you're sweating bullets because the guy has two dudes on the Monday night game and you lose by 2.5.
Yeah, that was me last week.
Yeah, so that's going to be a fun
Monday night double dip again. 2 games.
Monday night double dip, 4:15 Pacific start and 5:15 Pacific start. That's what we were complaining about last week's slate of games. This week is a good slate.
Much better slate this week. Absolutely.
No doubt. That was a good episode.
Yeah.
Had fun.
Absolutely. I did too.
Good time.
Thanks for having me on this side of the table.
Yeah, in
nice
seat 3.
Yeah.
You'll be back in the.
I didn't realize Gabe was in seat 3.
Actually, I don't know. Yeah, 1 here. Yeah, there's 1 on the mic.
We miss you, Gabe.
Miss you, Gabe. Kind of.
Yeah, you're right. Sort of.
I miss you, Gabe. Don't listen to them. All right.
Yeah, he's buttering you up for a trade. I learned this
I was going to say Ray is so political. It's for the trades. We know his games now.
Yep.
You'll be back next week, Aaron. I'll be gone. You'll be filling this seat again. I'll be in Disneyland. So
Disneyland.
Man, I changed seats more than my
second time I've heard Disneyland today.
Really?
Second time, yeah.
The happiest place on earth, man.
Yeah.
Field trip.
I was gonna say I changed seats here more than my kids do at the dinner table.
Hey, now.
If you got kids, you get that.
You understand?
If you don't, you're like, he doesn't make sense.
My kids stick to 1 seat.
Do they?
No way.
Nobody else can sit in that seat.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, your kids are older now.
That's true.
Mine are young and they don't want. Different podcast.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, let's sign off. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Enjoy week 6 of the NFL slate. Until next time. Peace.
Dominate your league. Defend your crown with Hosal King.
Because I love me.
Gabe Hernandez.
Here's a guy that is starting to figure the game out.
And Ray Fletcher.
Want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
They bring the heat, rankings, trades, and game-winning calls to rule your league. This is Watch the Throne Fantasy Football Podcast.